first time that I work on somebody else's work. Usually I'm the only one. I decide what I want to do, the shape, the colors, the technique, everything. But this time I had your planets with your colors and your composition, and I needed to adjust my technique. The technique that I use is, there are two. It's the picoté, which is piercing hole in paper with an awl, and the other technique is the stitching. So I had to figure out how I'm going to use those without really undermining your work. So it was like a balance, and it was very interesting. And so at the beginning, I decided to work, because in the planets, I saw that you had a part of the planet that was lighter of color, and the other one was darker, or you had a different color. So I work with that, and trying to match the color with the thread. And then I decided to be brave, and then to just forget a little bit about that, and then to add more of my work, but always thinking that it's a collaboration, which means that you have to take into account the other person. So it was an interesting balance between my work, my style, and somebody. And so you can see the stitching here. And there's one where there's a lot of stitching. It's this one here. Yeah, a lot of stitching you can see here. And look at the back. See all the stitching here and the stitching there.
What kind of paper are we using for this project?
So I'm using, this is the paper that I always use for all my picoté, and it's a Strathmore paper. And the reason why I like that paper, because it's kind of a little sturdy, because I work on both sides. I work on this side and I just flip the paper constantly, so it has to be a little sturdy. And because if it's too soft, then you are not going to see the contrast. You see here, like for example, there's a texture here, and on the other side it's flat. Mm-hmm. And in order to produce that contrast of texture, I need this particular type of paper.
I'm very happy with what you're doing with this technique. It really complements each other, and I'm very honored that you allow me to participate with you in this project.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely agree that when you work by yourself, it's a particular type of mood. But when you work with somebody else, you use the word challenge, and so you, in a way, you have to go beyond your comfort zone. And I would say that I've heard a lot of people complaining about isolation, everything with the COVID. But for me, this time has been wonderful, because working with you, and then I feel very honored that you asked me to work with your planets. And I know it's a very dear project to you. You've been working on this Mundo Extraños for a long time. And I started to discover even aspect of my picoté, which I thought I mastered, that I didn't know, because of that collaboration. So I really encourage people to collaborate. Of course, you need to be a patient also with yourself and with the other person, because collaboration, sometimes we disagree, but sometimes we have different ideas, but most of the time those different ideas help you to become more creative, more inventive, and to go, as I said, beyond your comfort zone. So it's really a wonderful opportunity, and I want to thank you very much for inviting me and to challenge me, and I accepted the challenge. It's wonderful.
Recently, I asked you, what do you do this? Why do you create this type of work, the picoté, and what do you do? And you told me that it's something that is in your soul. You want to add anything more about this?
Well, I think that what you say is in my soul, yes. And I love, for me, the biggest challenge, and I was looking for something that would challenge me in that direction, which is to try to produce something out of almost nothing. I'm very much into low tech. It doesn't mean that I'm not interested in digital. I'm also very interested in digital. But for the picoté, for me, it's wonderful, because I have an awl and I have paper, and I have to produce something, and it has to be different. because I don't want to repeat myself. So and I work in complete silence in my studio, and sometimes, you know, I start working at 8 o'clock or 7, 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's 8 p.m. and I have worked all this time, and I'm just happy, and you know, I enjoy it, and I didn't eat anything. I started to say, oh wow, maybe I should stop and eat something, because I'm completely taken by the movement, the repetition, and then the sound, you know, of the cracking of the paper when I pierce with all those little things. They are tiny little things, but they make me very happy. I don't need a big car crash stuff, you know, just little thing, tiny little thing that if you pay attention, they can be a source of great joy.
So until next time, okay, Marthe?
Okay, bye bye, au revoir, à
Au revoir.
bientôt.
Bientôt, Marthe.